Okay, so how about shapes versus lines? Let's go in and draw just a simple line. I'll select my line tool and I'll draw a line across. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect a couple of lines together. And maybe we'll make a shape that feels familiar to us, but we don't have a tool for. I don't have a triangle tool. There's nothing that shows me what a triangle is. And if I were to draw a rectangle next to this or below it, let's draw a rectangle, you'll see that my rectangle is actually treated as a shape. I can move it around all as one thing. I can resize it from the corner as one thing. But I don't have those sorts of options when I deal with the shape that the triangle that I drew. It is strictly a collection of 3 lines. In order to convert this into a shape, I need to select all of them. So I've selected the 3 lines, and I will go to my Modify pull-down menu. And midway down, I have 2 commands. One is Compose and one is Decompose. And I am going to select Compose. When I do that, what has happened is it has taken these 3 lines and now converted them into a shape, much like my rectangle. I also now have smart cursor settings around that shape that I can use to resize, to change the perspective of it, right? So this is now turned into a shape that I can interact with. I can change the color, the fill color now of that shape, right? This is now an object. Vectorworks is an object-based program. It much prefers objects to vectors, which are lines. Yes? So this is the difference between lines and shapes. Now, let's go the other way with this. Let's go ahead and send this back. I'm sorry, the yellow is annoying me. Now, I want to turn this back into lines. If I select the object, modify, midway down, and I say decompose, it has now been turned back into a collection of lines. It no longer has a fill, and I can interact with the lines on an individual basis. I can decompose a shape that I drew with the rectangle tool. If I select this object, modify, decompose, I have now taken this rectangle that I drew as a shape and converted into a series of lines. That's the Compose and Decompose tool, and you access them via Modify. That's it for now.